Hi, back again to a new tutorial for the AK rifle. You see I've built it, this one here like the other one before. Make the same steps, for that there's no problem. Then I take out one of these parts and separate them so I have simple objects like this. You can do that, I know that. Okay, last we have to do is make this stuff there. So we add mesh cylinder, 24 is enough. Rotate in the Y 90 degrees, scale down, extrude to the Y. Okay, give them an end and start point for the dia for this leaning part there. Okay, so we mark the front and rotate them, scale them up. Okay, that is the part. Then we take the same one, we can make a copy, grab, but we don't need that, so we delete that and mark that and make it smaller part. Okay, scale down a little. Okay, we have that. So we need here this part. So we add mesh cube, such like this, scaled and set, rotate it a little bit. Take here normals, so the object has the axis in a normal axis. So we have that. We select mark all and get them down, then all up. Okay. Then we make the loop in to get the roundness for that. So we go to global back, scale set 0, and now we can bevel them with Control B. And you see that's fine. We take this part and get them more in this position. So we mark that all, bring them back. Here the same, but forward. Okay, such like that. Can connect with the proportional editing. You can grab and drag and drop them like you want. If you want it perfectly, do that. I'm not a fan of perfection, so for me it's good like it is. Okay, fine. So we must move that. Smooth that here too. Smooth. For shading arrows, we must lean it there, there. Same on this object. We have one there and one there. Fine for now. Is that all in the middle? We must look at it. That is good, like it is. We will see this front later, so we must give them a better look. So we can get this part proportional off, get the face, extrude scale, and it's white. Okay. Then you see here we must close. So we get edge selection, close that thing, extrude scale inside. Good. Take them a little bit higher that it fits with the rest. near perfectly. Yes, that's wonderful. Really good. Then we have some outstanding parts here. So we make it with adding a cube, scale down, such like that, scale and set. Yes, bring it in the middle. Okay, side view, 3 on the number pad, scale it in the Y. Okay, so we want to have there one part cut it out, so we go in, add 2 loops, and add a middle loop, and delete these 2 edges, so we can close that part and that part too, and that part too. Here we have the same shading error. You can set them on flat, then it's gone. Same as here. Flat. Okay. So we have that with what we want. I think that can be a little bit greater. But okay. We don't want to spend much time with that. So let it like it is. Little bit up, yes, okay. Okay. Good. Then we select all and join them together. So we have one object. And this part must down to there. This down there. And this in the middle of that all. And that at the end, a little bit deeper. Okay. So we make it in the middle. Look from top view. And see that fits good. That here fits now. Down there, that must be in the middle. That must be in that middle. Yeah. We see there is a deeper part that takes this. So we go in this object and bring them down like it holds this stuff. Okay, for that part we okay. Think in the front of the rifle we can give a scale and intrude them to have a hole in there. Then we can, for shading arrows shit there, give them a loop and place it there. Then we smooth them and we are ready to go for this rifle. Good. We save it. Next part is to make some little details that it looks a little better. So we have noobs here. So we put little noobs on it. So we get a cylinder with 12 maybe. Rotate X 90 degrees. Scale down. And make it as small as it is in real. Shift D. No. Take them out. Look, that is too big in the Y. So scale them down in the Y. Smooth them. And copy them Then we join them together and place them on each side of this metal thing there. Can scale it a little, no problem. So we are here and we see that we must clear this shading arrows. So like before, we build loops at the sides. Okay. Then we get that back into the material. Okay. Shift D to duplicate and make it on the other side too. Okay, fine. Then we see we have such on the other part too, so we make a copy of that and bring it there to get them there. Bring it in front. Get into the material, but not completely. Find a good between too much or too less. And Shift D to copy and bring it on the other side, looking a little bit out. Wonderful. Good. So we have that. Yeah. It's a little thing when you know rifles, you know there is something between this. In Germany we call it the corn, and we must build them. That means we make such a little thing and take the under part and put them deeper and get it out, and that is the corn. So we must put that between this part there. So we can go in top view, bring it there, jump to it. It's too high. Okay. Yes. Good. Yes, fine. So we combine that and join. Okay. Fine, I think that is not all okay. I see I need two things. I see we need that. So we build them. A mesh, scaled in a set, scale it in Y. Okay. Look in front, the back side is much brighter. So we scale them, but only in the set. Extrude, scale down, in set. Get a loop before it, mark that, and bevel them. Then a middle loop, and get this out. And for me that is okay. No, not really, but okay. We go back. So we want to bevel that round, so make a loop in there, get this part here out, and Control B, we can bevel that. Wonderful. Good. So we have that. And a little part, yeah. Don't waste too much time for such little things there. Yeah? It's not good for your building. So, okay, we scale it in the X a little, then we make this here and this there. So we get here in cube 2 at mesh cube, scale down, scale in the X, scale X. So scale them on Y. We round it up. So that means we make here 2 loops in this direction and 2 in that direction. Then we can get the edges there and bevel them. Okay, and so we have that part, we put them into a little bit out. Okay, wonderful. Then we have here roundness 2 at this out points there, so we put them there, a loop 2, and 1 here and 1 there, and then we get these 2 parts there and bevel them. Okay, so then we have this outstanding part there. That means we go and get another cube mesh, scale and set. Should be a little bit smaller in Y. Plug them in. Then we want to round that up too, so we get this and this to round up with bevel that part. Then we make it in the rotation that it fits. I don't think it's maybe not the best, but it is. So we can make there a middle part. That means when we get all this stuff, we can make it simple. Make it in the middle, a cut, a loop. Then we delete the outer parts and close them, and close this part. So we have that. Yeah. The only part that hurts me is that here's not really realistic round. That is a problem. But okay. For this simple model, it's okay. Join it all together and bring them to the machine gun. And bring them in. Give them a rotation and Y. Okay. Then we mark this too and say that should be more relaxed. Okay. We make it back and we say only it should be smooth. Okay. So we need again for the shading errors loops in there. And then it's okay. Yes. Very fine. Okay, we must go in top view and position all correctly. That means we should make all similar. I see it here in the back. It's not really middle. See it there. Okay, and the magazine. Okay. So that looks good for me, but here is some mystery stuff. Look from top. That is right. That can be a little there. That little there. But I think that is not near enough. And this is not near enough too. So we get them in. Okay. So I think that is good for now. Save. Then this little to put that out. Add mesh, cube, scale in the Y, get them out, scale them in that position there, and we can make it round. Yes, we can. So we make it and bevel. Okay. Then smooth that whole shit. But all the rest we make flat. That means we make all flat and only this here smooth. And then take 2 loops and ready to go. So good. We take them in his position. Top view, bring the middle. Okay, front view, down and a little bit there, and rotate it in the Y. So we have that. Okay, but we see we have no good result here. So we bring it up so. Okay, then we take. Oh, that's good. It's good enough. It's not real good, but it's good enough. Okay. So now we make a save, and now we will apply all and bring them together as one. Or better, we make the seams first. So this part is none other than that. So we mark seam. Red line tells us it is set. That means where it should be cutted later from a 3D object to 2D texturing. To put textures on it, it must be in 2D, and that means the red lines are where it cut it off, and so we can unwrap them later. So we need to set the scenes there where nobody can see it. So back sides is good, at parts that ends. That are the points where you should place some seams. Down parts, inner parts. That you make with all objects. With all objects. It's really hard, I know that. I hate that too, but it must be done, so what will you do? Mark seams, that is the back side of this object, so nobody sees. So we cut there. Then at this part we can cut at the back sides of this part can be cutted. Better not only there. Mark seam. Here a seam. This backside can be seamed. This underline seam and this two parts there. Okay, that is seamed, but not all. So we at all ends there must be some marks, and at the down parts too, that you can cut it. That is the goal for that. You must find a way to cut that 3D object into a 2D, so you can put textures on them. That is the part that we done now. Okay. Here at the end, mark seam at the other end, mark seam at the down part. I would set this better to see now where you mark. Okay, mark seam. With set, press set, you can change in this mode here. So here we mark only the front and back, and one cut at the rest there. Okay. Then this part we need the back side, the front side, and down part. Same here. Okay, it's okay. Here one, there one, mark seam, one on the other out on the down line, and at the back sides and the down side here, also here. Okay, so we find for now here mark seam. Okay, top part we can also use. Okay, So the simple part is like something like that. The front one and at the bad one and at the back. So same as here. One in front, one at the back. Ready. Good. Then so we make it with all these other things there. Outer part, inner part, cut under it. Okay, fine. That we haven't. So middle we make one, and at the upper part. Oh, okay. Okay. So that is enough for me today. You can make that with all objects to set the seams, and then we see us next time to texture it. Okay, thanks a lot. Bye.